Here's how to make the build I'm going to be using in NBA 2K21. There's two ways you can make this build. You can either pick shooting guard or small forward as the position. For both of these builds, I picked the 11th pie chart and the first physical profile to be as fast as possible. Now if you make him a small forward, you get 53 badge upgrades. This is how I made mine. If you make him a shooting guard, you get 57 badge upgrades. Either way is good. I went with slight for the body shape, 6'7" for the height, the lowest weight, and the lowest wingspan for both of these builds. Now if you made him a small forward, these are the takeover options you get. You only get these two if you made him a shooting guard. If you made him a small forward, the build is called Offensive Initiator. If you made him a shooting guard, the build is called Playmaker. These clips you see right here are of the Playmaker build. Now attribute wise, these builds are the same, but this build gets 4 more playmaking badges and 1 less finishing badge. As you can see right here, it can still play good defense, you can still shoot good from the 3 or mid-range if you're wide open, and of course it makes it easier to shoot if you have your shooting badges and if you have a teammate with floor general equipped. Also on this build you could equip any dribble style since you're a shooting guard. And the passing accuracy on this build is higher. The overall speed and quickness of this build is good too. You can instantly recognize it on offense and defense. For example, when you do a behind the back or crossover, you can see how fast your player moves past the defender. Like right here, he did a pullback between the legs, crossover to the left, and then the defender couldn't catch back up with him. Like here, look how this between the legs created so much space to where he's wide open to just shoot and green his jump shot. This build has a 90 speed, 88 acceleration, which is just as fast or even faster than a lot of the guard builds that are out there. As you can see right there, that was a clean dribble combo, but the big man just had to jump in and block him, so I was like, hold on, let me block this guy real quick. These clips you see now is the build I made. Now as I said earlier about the speed and quickness of this build, look how quick I'm able to just turn around and block this big man on defense. One difference on this build, there's only a few dribble styles you can pick. But as long as you pick LeBron's dribble style, you can do this behind the back you see right here. Now as for the shooting on this build, or really any build in general, unless you have like a 95 3-pointer, I'd say your shooting all depends on how well you know the timing of your jump shot. And if you're missing a lot of your shots, start the game off with just 2 mid-ranges or close shot, then you can take a 3-pointer. As you saw right there, this build can shoot off a pullback even with just a 74 3-pointer. And the passing on this build is good too, even though I only have a 59 passing accuracy compared to like a 80 something on the Playmaker build. Keep in mind, once you have takeover, you have a 96 ball control, 79 3-pointer, 90 mid-range, and a 73 driving dunk. And that's just at 95 overall. Once you're at 99.9, you're going to have +5 to all those stats. And again, when it comes to the defense on this build, I say it's good enough. Now of course it's not a pure lockdown with Hall of Fame defensive badges or something, but you don't need that to play good on defense. And also for all the clips you see, this was just our first day playing Park. We didn't have all of our badges, we just had most of our playmaking ones. So these clips aren't even near the full max potential of what this build can do. But look at this clip right here. We're up 2019, I get a 31% contest on this big man. He gets a slightly early, not even a green, and that goes in. I went 4 for 5 that game from the 3-pointer. Here's what I shot for some of the other games. You can pause it if you want to look at it. The Playmaker build is obviously the better one to go with, but I just went with the Offensive Initiator because I already spent VC on it and I wasn't looking that hard into how many badges I could get. Comment down below what you think of this build and what build you made for 2K21. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.